Hi, Clarence.
Hey.
I am glad to meet you. My name is Marie Ipple, and I'm glad that you came in today.
How do?
I'm doing okay. I am doing okay. So, the first thing I just want to check in with you about, when you came in, did you sign a whole bunch of forms at the front desk when you came in? Okay. Okay. So one of those forms we call our informed consent. And essentially it's like HIPAA as a comparison. It's just privacy. It's to let you know that everything we talk about here is going to be kept confidential. The only reason I would tell somebody is if I felt that there was concern about your safety or the safety of somebody else. Okay, good. And just to honor that confidentiality, even if I see you in the grocery store, we live in a small town and we might bump into each other, I am not even going to act like I know you. I'm not going to say hi or anything. And you can definitely say hi to me, but I'm not going to initiate that conversation, just to honor that confidentiality. Good. Thank you. Thank you. So, can you just tell me a little bit about yourself for starters?
Well, 51 years old.
51 years old.
Married to Charlene, and part-time job, auto repair.
You do auto repair. Good, good. That's an important job. We all have cars that break down. We do. Good. What brought you here, Clarence?
Well, the doc at the VA said I could use some counseling, and Charlene said that I need to come, or she's gonna leave, and I don't know what the problem is, but I don't want to lose Charlene, so I'm here.
You don't want to lose Charlene. That's a good starting spot, to just that you value that relationship so much.
She's a good woman.
She's a good woman. I'm glad you've got her. Yeah. And you said that the doc at the VA sent you, so you are a vet. Can you tell me a little bit about that? And thank you, by the way, for your service to our country.
Well, it was an honor to serve. So when I was done with high school, there was kind of not much to do in town. I wasn't college material, and they recruit you pretty hard.
They do.
And so I joined the Army.
So you joined the Army.
Yeah.
How did your family feel about that when you were 18?
It's what you did.
That's what you did.
Yeah, you either it's either jail or the Army. That's pretty much what you do.
Okay. Well, you made a good choice. Did you have any siblings that went in the military?
Yeah, my older brother did.
Your older brother did? Okay. Okay, so you're 18, you went in the military. Where did you serve? Tell me a bit about that.
Oh, I was in Iraq.
You were in Iraq. Okay. That was a rough spot. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
It was not pretty. It's a good group of guys we were with. We covered each other's backs. Yeah, they were good. We were good with each other. And so, yeah, we were on the front lines a lot. And, some of us, the ones that are kind of nearby here, we connect with each other.
You still connect with them. Good. I have not served in the military, but I hear stories like that more often. That is a very bonding experience.
Well, we understand each other.
You understand.
We understand each other. We've been through the same thing. People back home, they don't understand. So unless you served, you don't know what you're talking about.
No. Do you talk about it with these guys? What it was like?
Not much, a little bit. I mean, we just know we had the shared experience, but no, we don't talk about it too much. Nobody wants to talk about that kind of stuff. Why would you want to talk about that?
No, nobody does want to talk about it, actually. You're right. You're right. It's so hard. It's so hard. It's so brutal. Can you tell me a little bit about your relationship with Charlene?
Well, we've been married. I don't know. We've been married about 4 or 5 years. 4 years now. She's she works too. And you know, so we see each other mostly. We have a nice Sunday together usually. We have a nice Sunday. We'll go to church, and then I like to drive, so we'll take long drives on Sunday and go see some places I haven't been, or whatever. We'll sing along to the radio, or we'll put in some music that we both like to sing to, and it's good. It's real good. It's a nice day. We get some supper. Yeah, it's a good day. Sunday's a good day to be together.
What do you listen to? Can I ask?
Motown.
Motown. Which artists do you like?
Oh, they're all good. I mean, Marvin Gaye, Smokey Robinson, some of the old timers, right? The Four Tops and Mary Wells. Man, that woman can sing.
Mm-hmm.
And then like the Spinners and stuff. It's just kind of fun. It's fun music. Kind of jive to it a little bit, and yeah.
No,
so that's
fun. I
yeah.
like that. I like imagining you and Charlene driving and singing together.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
That's good. That's good. Yeah. What are things that you like about Charlene?
She's a good woman. She's real. She cares about other people. She checks in on people. She's she's a really good cook too, that's a really nice thing. She's good company. She makes me laugh. She's fun. I like Charlene a lot. She's a good woman.
Good. I'm glad you have someone like that in your life. Good. Tell me a little bit about your job. Auto mechanic.
Yeah, there's not much to tell. Just I did some of that. After the Army. I needed a job, and I didn't have skills for anything. So it was a sort of a, what do you call it, like a job training sort of thing, and that's the one I liked. I liked that one, and I like working with my hands. Things are pretty, you kind of got to figure things out, and it gets frustrating sometimes when you can't figure it out, but the cars don't talk back to you, so you don't have to have to deal with attitudes or anything like that.
You don't have to deal with an attitude. No.
So it's good work.
It's good work.
Mm-hmm.
Are there some times in your life where you found yourself dealing with people's attitudes?
Well, sometimes.
Can you tell me about any of those times?
Yeah. I don't know, these truckers, they cut you off. Like, what the heck? Why are they more important than you? I mean, why do they get, they don't need to get there any sooner than you do.
Mm-hmm.
Just rude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not considerate. No, not considerate. It's hard to be around people that are like that. Yeah. So I want to get a better picture, Clarence, of just the history of your life. So you said you went to high school, and then you went into the military.
Yep.
after the military, when you came back, can you tell me a bit about that season of your life? Like what happened when you, it's hard to come back.
Well,
like you said, no one understands.
Yeah, so I got married.
You got married.
And we had a couple kids. Mm-hmm. But after about 5 years, she left. So
she left. Do you have any relationship with her anymore?
No.
Or with the kids?
No.
And not with the kids. Were you able to pay child support for those kids and take care of them that
Well, they docked my check, so.
They docked your check.
Yeah.
So
but they're adults now, so I don't need to, they're on their own.
I'm sorry that you haven't seen them for a while. That's hard. Okay, so can I ask what your wife's name was?
Clara
and Clarence. Okay, so after Clara, and then Clara left with the kids. She just wrote down her wife's name. I just gotta say, so she doesn't forget. Right. So after Clara left with the kids, and that must have been hard. Then what happened? What happened after that? Did you stay in the same town? Did you move? Like that's a big shift.
Well, yeah. For a while after that, I had a hard time keeping a job. And if you don't have a job, you can't pay your rent. So I did a lot of staying at my with my Army buddies. I stayed at their house, and so so we drank some, and everybody was using pot at the time, so that's we supported each other, and that's what we did. So then after that, I kind of stopped doing the drugs and alcohol, and I got this job training, and so that was good. And I met Alice.
And you met Alice.
And we had a kid together. We were together about 6 years.
Okay.
And then a couple years after that, I met Charlene.
And then a couple years after that, you met Charlene. Okay. So Clara, Alice, and Charlene have been 3 different women in your life. When Clara left with the kids, did she give you any reasons for why she did that?
Oh, she just said we shouldn't have gotten married.
She said you shouldn't have gotten married. Oh, that's a hard time in your life. It's really hard to hold a relationship together when you've got lots of, like you said, no one here understands, right? And you're inclined to hang out mostly with your Army buddies. And
well, no, we worked. I worked nights, and she worked days.
That's also difficult,
And she, she just was saying I had an anger problem, and I don't know what the heck she's talking about because, I'm a man, so whatever, and she's just like. Hey, we don't do anything. We just never should have gotten married. And then that's that. She's gone. So.
And she said you had an anger problem. Could you tell me, what were some of the things that happened that frustrated her, where she thought your anger was too much?
Well, she didn't like my drinking.
She didn't like your drinking.
She was like, you are such a moody person. And I'm like, well, you would be too if you had to worry about paying the rent and all that. It's hard to get a job. So, she's just like, you're so moody. And I don't know. She's all worried about the kids or something like that. So that was that.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for giving me some more information about that. That must have been a really frustrating time. So you said that you had been drinking and smoking pot with your Army buddies. Are those still coping strategies that you have now for the stress in your life?
No, I've been sober for quite a while. I haven't used any drugs or weed. Yeah, I've been doing all right with that.
That's a really big change, Clarence. What motivated you to do that? That's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
Well, I think, some of my Army buddies, they were feeling that, the drink kind of was taking a little too much of their lives and stuff like that. So I thought, well, all right, I'll join them. We'll give it a go. So that was that.
You have some buddies that you did it with.
Yeah, some of the Army buddies.
Okay. And these are guys that live here in town? So you see them sometimes?
Yeah, we see them. Yeah. Okay. We all signed up at the same time.
You all signed up at the same time. Can you tell me how that went? Like, who initiated that? How did that conversation go with them?
What?
When you all decided to sign up sign up for the Army at the same time, or okay, that's what you meant.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I thought you meant that you all went to AA at the same time.
I didn't say anything about AA.
In this conversation, you didn't. Okay, you're right. You didn't say anything about AA. With Charlene, tell me a little bit more. So you said that she wanted you to come here.
Yeah, she said I'm just kind of getting to be a irritable old bear, and that I'm keeping her awake because I can't sleep, and I don't know. She says, "Oh, you do such weird things." And I'm like, "Well, I don't know what you're talking about." So, yeah, but I don't want to lose Charlene. She's a good woman, and I don't want to lose her.
That is a great place to start from, to have something that you value, like Charlene, a person that you value, that you want to stick with. That's a good motivator. And I want to help you do that too. I want to help you do that, Clarence. When Charlene says that you do weird things, can you tell me what some of those things are?
Well, I mean, I don't think it's all that weird. Sometimes I just sort of, sit. I just sort of sit. And she doesn't like that. She doesn't like that. And,
What are you thinking about when you sit?
Well, it was pretty brutal over there. So you see those pictures all the time, and sometimes it just kind of takes your breath away, and you just got to sit.
You do, actually. No, you do. So, Clarence, when you look at your life and the things you're working on, the people around you, your hobbies, what are things that you say, "Oh, I like doing that and I'm good at that"?
Well, when I was a kid, my grandparents always had a small garden, so I've done that. We've got some tomatoes, some okra, some beans and stuff like that. Yeah, it's nice. There's nothing like a warm, fresh picked tomato. You put a little sugar on it though. You don't put salt, you put some sugar on it.
My dad used to do that same thing. Yeah.
So I like that. I like that. And Charlene and I, like I said, we like to sing, and I'm not a bad dancer.
And you're not a bad dancer.
So we like to kind of get down a bit. It's nice.
Good. Singing, dancing, gardening, those are all really good things. Yeah. And one thing I like about gardening, Clarence, the plants start off growing so slowly. But they grow. They do. And change is like that in our life. It can come really slowly sometimes. But Clarence, I am glad that you are here. I'm glad that you came in. I'm glad that Charlene encouraged you to do that and that you listened to her. So if we would have any follow-up conversations, I don't want to conflict anything with your work schedule
Okay.
at the auto shop. Do you have a time during the week where we could continue to talk?
Yeah, because I'm part-time, so.
Because you're part-time.
Yeah.
Okay, because I that is important that you don't have any problems at work because of this. So, well, when you leave, when you check out, if you could make an appointment at a time that works for you in the next week or two, I would look forward to seeing you again and talking to you more about some of these things.
All right. Sounds fine.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.